and welcome to Be Progressive. I am Brandon Neal. Today is Tuesday, December the 1st. And we are going to discuss Trump election fraud news, and it appears Trump sees the writing on the wall. I guess he's telling everybody that he knows that he lost. This is all just a grift for money. We're also going to discuss a really stupid Sean Hannity quote, and we'll get to why Scott Atlas left and resigned from the Trump administration and the coronavirus task force. Stick around. So, it looks like Trump sees the writing on the wall, despite that he maintains publicly about the election. So, Donald Trump knew he lost. He knew right after the election, like everybody else, that he lost. But Donald Trump sues his way out of every loss. He's been able to do that financially his entire life, and every time he loses, he sues. And he just sues and sues and sues until somebody can't pay or afford to continue up with a lawsuit, and they settle, they get screwed, or they get nothing. This is how Donald Trump works, and this is what's happening here. So Donald Trump, here in this article, I'll just read this little clip here. It says, despite what President Donald Trump is tweeting and saying publicly in the wake of Arizona and Wisconsin certifying President-elect Joe Biden's victory Monday, Trump sees the scoreboard and understands that he has no chance of hanging on to this presidency, two White House advisors have told CNN. Asked whether the president realizes that he's been defeated, a close advisor who has been in contact with Trump and his legal strategy Monday said, yes, he knows. He does. The same advisor told CNN that Trump will continue to pursue his legal challenges until they are exhausted, but that the advisor pointed to the certification in Wisconsin and said, the writing is on the wall. Without the ability to override the results in the combination of these states, not to mention even one state, the advisor said Trump's election challenges are obviously doomed. Trump is still sounding as if he could still win because he wants his believers to believe it, the advisor continued. But the advisor added Trump is fully aware that he has lost. No shit. This is what we've been saying the entire time. Donald Trump has been he went into a massive amount of debt. His campaign, money-wise, financially, is in shambles. And not to mention his personal finances are in shambles. And he knew that he lost right off the bat, but he had to keep this going. And what better way to generate money from your base is when there's a crisis. And that crisis is your cult leader won't be here anymore. I won't be the president anymore. Give me money. And it's estimated that since the election, just since Election Day, he's raised somewhere in the neighborhood of $150 million. So that's where we live, folks. We live in the United States, where somebody like Donald Trump can just completely lie about an election, say it was fraud, and get his base to give him $150 million. But yet we've got homeless veterans. We've got families that go hungry. We have 50% of the country making less than $30,000 a year. But on a whim, I can raise $150 million for some complete bogus bullshit election fraud claim that no one actually believes. It's pathetic. So, anyway, Trump knows what's going on. He's moved on. But let's look at his Twitter account real quick. Somebody, I don't know this guy, Brad Ford File, I don't know who that is. Laugh out loud, the GOP thinks Trump is just going to go away. He's the most popular Republican in history. And he says, thank you. A lot of senators and House members are very happy that I came along. Think I'll stick around for a while. Ugh, please don't. You're not welcome. Read a room. But he will stick around for a while. He'll just be sticking around in court and prison, hopefully. So I think Trump's pretty aware. He knows. He's done. This is it. It's over. We're going to try and move on. I've been saying this video after. Every time I make a video saying we're moving on, he files another bogus lawsuit. And then another bogus lawsuit. So I don't know how long this is going to go on, but it appears that he's aware that this is all bullshit. So I wanted to point out a Sean Hannity article today, too. Sean Hannity says needs to pardon his whole family and himself, talking about Donald Trump. Why? Did he commit a crime? It's funny, for 4 years you've been saying he's perfect as Jesus, that he's never done a sin and he's never done anything wrong. So are you saying that he's guilty of a crime, Sean Hannity? Well, let's hear it. Let's hear what's the crime that he needs to pardon himself from? Or are these just fake future crimes that you think Democrats are going to pursue? Well, that ain't how it works, bud. So that's going to be interesting. Anyway, the last thing we'll talk about real quick in this video was, Dr. Scott Atlas resigns from the Trump administration due to COVID, probably out of embarrassment. Says a source familiar with what happened told CNN that Atlas turned into his resignation letter to the president on Monday. As special government employee, Atlas had a 130-day window in which he could serve, and that window was technically coming to a close. Atlas tweeted out a photo of his resignation letter on Monday. In the letter, he said advice was also focused on minimizing all the harms from both the pandemic and the structural policies themselves, especially to the working class and the poor. So out he goes. All these people that he put in the coronavirus task force, Mike Pence, this guy, just get rid of all these clowns. I don't have a lot of faith in Biden, but I do have faith that Biden's going to do the right thing when it comes to the coronavirus. I really do. I think that he's going to listen to the scientists. He's going to listen to the doctors. He's not going to pull this bullshit and stack some phony coronavirus task force. Trump didn't have a task force. They didn't do a damn thing. Not a damn thing. But at least when Biden comes in, I don't like Biden that much. I don't. It's very, very obvious to me, or it should be to you, why I don't like him. He is a center right-leaning. He might as well be a Republican. He has awful policies. And I don't think he's going to get anything done for progressives, hardly at all, during these 4 years at least that he's in office. And so, that being said, I do think Joe Biden can do and will do a lot better job with the coronavirus. I just do. Trump did nothing, so anybody that does anything is going to be better than Trump. So, we'll see. But that's the news for today. So far, it's only 9 in the morning. I'm sure another lawsuit will be filed soon, so stay tuned and we'll cover it. Thanks for watching.